What we do here is go back.
Hello.
Hello.
Just before we get into this wondrous episode here, right? Lucas and I have an announcement about the future of the Teenage Club podcast. Yes, it is very important.
Big announcement.
Yes. Okay. So, high school's ending and all that, and it's been kind of a wild ride, but over this year, I guess we've like done the Teenage Club podcast and stuff. Like, we've kept that going throughout like most of this year, right? We started. Yeah, we started it. It was like July, I think, was like our first episode, or it was like June actually, right?
Yeah,
June of last year.
That.
And so it was essentially the whole year. We like took like a 3-month break, and then like ever since like October, right? We've been like consistently uploading and stuff, and doing that. So that's just kind of been a little side project we've been doing this year to just try to make things feel more sane.
Busy.
Yeah, God. But anyway, I'm rambling. I got to get to the point. So Lucas and I have decided that June 13th, that is our graduation day, June 13th, Teenage Club as we know it will die. That is it. The final episode will be released, and it comes to a close, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
it's not to say that we won't keep on doing podcasts. We probably will.
Oh yeah, no, we'll talk about like doing some future projects like podcasts and whatever else in the future. But yeah, right now as Teenage Club, as it stands right now, it'll die at that date, just because we felt it's right, because like at that point, we're no
lone teenagers.
Yeah, we're no longer teenagers. We're leaving Teenage Club as teenagers, right? And we move on to focus on our adult life and stuff, and then it's gonna be, I don't know, it just feels right. There's like these moments where it just feels right to end things, is basically the main point here of why we're ending it. And yeah, but we want to compensate for this by having new episodes every single week. And I think we agreed on like the episode after this one will start uploading weekly, right?
Yes.
So that'll be
a long list of guests to get through.
yeah. So we'll start with like episode 12, which I think we have Cole Smith for that one. And then we will continue that until June. Because, with our old schedule, it would have, like all the slots would have been filled up until June, right? If we did it every 2 weeks. So when we do it weekly, we have like, I think we have like 4 slots, like 4 weeks where, new people can come on and apply and stuff. And, we just want to have that opportunity, that warning. So if anyone's like, wanting to be a guest, or like, there are people we decide we want to have on, or
there's still time
for that. Just, go in the Discord server, navigate down to the guest request tab, and, fill out that short form, and, you'll be in the consideration pool for our podcast. So yeah, I think that's basically all the news we had, Lucas. Do you have anything else you want to add to that?
No, I think that's about it. Like I said before, we're probably going to, in fact, I think we are actually going to do more podcasts after this. Teenage Club was a social experiment, and now it's ending.
Yeah.
So we're going to finish it off with a bang, make sure our episodes are as good as possible. We're going to up the quality as much as possible. And, leave it off like that. Feels good.
Hopefully it won't be hell, because, like, these are usually the months where the students are the most busy, right? And we're like putting more work onto ourselves, but I think we got it. We got it.
We're all good.
All right. I guess without further ado,
Welcome.
Is
Enter Webb Baker.
New episode. Yes.
Hello and welcome to the Teenage Club podcast. I'm your host Lucas, and I'm joined by my co-host Isaac.
Hello.
My secondary host. I change each time we do this.
What? Secondary host? No, we're equal hosts, man. I'm not your number 2. We're both number
mic.
1. What?
You have the better sounding mic, so I think you're the main host.
I'm like the better sounding host.
Yeah, I see. Anyway, today we're joined by our wonderful, wonderful boy, wonderful friend, Webb Baker. Webb,
Hello.
Mr.
Oh,
Turn
God.
Tech Godhead. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I
good.
just took a drink of water. That
Sweet.
was fun.
Very nice.
Very nice.
So I think we should explain a little bit of the backstory of Webb. So unlike most, I think every single one of our guests who's been on our podcast before, Webb does not live here in the suburban Seattle area. He lives
No, I do
in
not.
wonderful, wonderful Alabama.
Yeah,
And I met him on a Boy Scout trip many years ago. And
sure did.
somehow we kept in contact. I don't understand it really.
Instagram. I'm pretty sure it was Instagram.
I think it was mainly Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, I followed
I
you at
think-
some point, and then when I became like more active on it, I think just one of your posts showed up. I didn't recognize it. I opened it. I opened up your account. I was like, "Oh shit, it's the boy."
I don't even know how I found. I think like we met each other at like Boy Scout camp years ago. There was a lot of stupid shit that happened there that we can talk about. But yeah, then like I found your. I don't know if you gave me your Instagram or something to like somehow keep in contact. But yeah, I followed you, and somehow we stayed mutual at that point, and now you're on this podcast. So welcome, Webb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you found
Glad
the
to be
server
here.
too, and
Yeah.
you've snuck your way into the podcast and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, you really just crawling into our lives like this. It's fun.
I am a goblin gremlin raccoon man, so
There you go.
That makes sense.
hmm
When I think of like something that like sneaks into life, I think of like a little like snake or lizard or something. You know, a
Mm.
little ant. I don't know what your soul animal is though.
the spirit
So,
animal,
spirit
Probably
animal. Sorry.
raccoon.
raccoon.
Raccoons are cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig into my trash though. I don't know. Not as big a fan of them as most people are.
Like I want to say wolf, but that's like the stupidest, most basic answer ever.
Yeah, come on, that's basic.
Like-
That's what every
Like
kid
who the
wants.
fuck doesn't want to be a wolf? You got to mix it up with throw a little raccoon in there.
See, I like the small animals, like the little otters and stuff. Spirit animals.
hmm
I think they're the
Yeah,
best.
that just like can float around and just like swim through the air.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, little slender, kind of fun, cute little animals that are kind of feisty as well. Digging them.
Yeah,
What about you as a
I guess
teacher?
kind of in your direction of thinking, Lucas, because yeah, I think being just like a sea animal would be nice because it's like you're just like swimming. I'm either like dolphin or like a sea turtle or something. Just kind of like a
So what-
peaceful like sea creature and stuff, and that would just
I
you
understand.
just swim around and because it's just I don't know. I've always liked the water and I
I
don't know.
want to clarify our thinking here because I feel like we have two different trains of thought in terms of spirit animal.
Ooh.
Like there's the animal that you become, like spirit whatever, versus like an animal guide. And I think for like an otter, that make a really good like spirit animal guide that was like ethereal and could just swim through the air.
I agree. I agree with that. But you wouldn't want to be reborn as one.
Yeah, I mean like I wouldn't be mad, but
I wouldn't be mad at all. I mean, there's a lot of.
no, I wouldn't be
worse
mad.
animals to be reborn
Otters
as.
otters seem to have it going on.
Yeah. No, definitely agree with that one.
Do you mean by that, Webb? Do you mean like when you say guide? Do you mean like kind of live as one, but not like physically like be one? If you
Nah,
you know what I mean?
like I'm thinking like what's fantasy adventure type deal.
Oh
Like
yeah.
a Navi character.
I see. Ah.
Or like a Tinkerbell type.
hmm
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, yeah, that's
Interesting.
kind of the classic approach in like old like teenage novels where you have like the spirit animals that guide you.
Yeah, like the something compass, the broken compass with the polar
Yeah.
bear.
Yeah.
I was
Wow,
like
digging deep there.
I was like 7 when that came out, and I knew nothing about it. But fun fact about me, all 4 of my parental figures are librarians. It's not that important, but it's context because my mom is a librarian and thus was exposed to a lot of books. And like she must have known about it or something because to this day we still have a Christmas ornament that is like commemorative of the movie
Ooh.
of that.
And remind for the people who are listening that don't know what that is. What is that book series about?
I could not tell you. All I know is that there's a girl with a compass, a polar bear that can talk to her,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to do something.
Man, that seems like such a played out kind of cliche though for books though. It's like
I mean, yeah, but if you break a story down to that bare bones basic of explanations, won't every story sound kind of, I don't know, derivative?
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. I
Okay.
think the really innovative books that when you're a kid though are like the quote unquote adult books that are like entertaining to read. Because like every other book that like in
I can see-
the kids library, every
There's-
kid wanted to read like Hunger Games and all the Harry Potter books and all that. Even though there's kind of like teenage or adult books.
Yeah. Like, in terms of that kind of books, I was definitely on the Percy Jackson train.
Ooh yeah.
Like, even to this day, like, the last book in the most recent series came out, like, 2019, October of 2019. I picked it up and listened to it. It was great. The reason I was listening to it actually circles back to camp, which is where I met. It's where I met Lucas.
Yes.
And after I met Lucas at camp that summer, I'm leaving that entire other topic behind and going on to this now because it seems like it's more pertinent.
No worries.
So sorry if you were interested in that at all.
We can circle
yeah.
back to that.
So I met him. He was like by far the coolest other scout that was there, and that's including people from my own troop. I just got along really well with him, and it was a really good time. But I also really loved Parsons.
It was a great camp, yeah.
Area, and as someone from like Alabama, it's pretty here, but it's a different kind of pretty. It's like a hilly, like soft forest with like more rounded trees as opposed to the towering pines of the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
And I'm much more interested in that coastal, like dense, deep saturated green forest up there. It's just gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. It's
I get that.
Yeah, if you really think about it, like kind of the area we're kind of living in, it's like mostly just like, like our town is basically just in like trees. It's like in a forest technically. If you like look up around, it's like oh yeah, there's just a bunch of trees all around.
Exactly.
And like you're saying, yeah, there's a few beaches like within like 20 minutes of my place, and so it's just nice. I've always liked that growing up around here. It's just like very beach accessible, very you can go on a lot of like mini hikes and stuff like that. So yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, I
it's a
think
gorgeous
our-
place.
I think our actual like I don't know the scientific like region we're in, it's genuinely like a rainforest, and we're blessed by that. But yeah, there's things about Alabama that are cool too. And so Webb, where are you in Alabama? Like I knew you guys were from Birmingham.
I'm in Birmingham. It's basically the only major city. Like you have the college towns, which Birmingham is technically a college town.
Right.
It just doesn't have a football presence, so no one really talks about it.
Well, it's not the biggest city in Alabama, right? That's there's definitely bigger ones. I don't know Mount Whoops. I'm gonna sound like such an idiot when I look at the map now.
I like there are other well-known cities, but I don't actually think they're bigger than Birmingham.
There's Montgomery. There's
Montgomery's the capital, but Montgomery itself is like just the capital.
Okay.
It's a really small. It's a large town,
Okay. What about
but it's
Mobile?
not even a city.
Because Mobile's like the only other place I know.
Mobile is it's a resort area. It's not like a fancy resort. It's just where upper middle class to lower upper class people will go for vacation.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, Alabama's a weird state. It's cool.
Yeah,
kind of tucked in there with all the southern states, and you don't have any of the big states like Georgia does, or maybe not the cultural icons like Louisiana.
yeah.
but still very cool.
We got a little importance for the not the best reasons, but other than that,
Well, I think most people listening to this are very solidly blue people, but
yeah.
we we appeal to everybody in
Yeah.
some sense. No, yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool program that the Scouts did there, that your troop did. So it was like every. I think it's probably different now, but like I remember it was like what, like every 2 years or like every other year.
It was like 3 to 4, and it was supposed to
Wow.
be, but something fell through like year before last. They were supposed to go, but they didn't, and then of course COVID happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 to 4 years we would go up, do a little day hike on Mount Rainier,
Mhm.
spend a week in at camp, and then spend like half a week, or really just like 2 or 3 days, in Victoria, British Columbia, Victoria,
Oh
British
yeah, up in
Columbia,
Canada.
up in Canada.
Very nice
Um,
place. Love that place.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But all that talking about Washington like being a beautiful area was just to say that I wanted to go back. And so I CIT'd the next summer, which that summer I also that summer I also ended up going to the Boy Scout National Jamboree, and
Yeah.
the summer I went to Parsons for the first time actually was the same summer I went to Sea Base.
Oh, that's
But
fun.
yeah. I went to Philmont the year before that. But anyway, yeah, I went back this summer after I met Lucas,
Mhm.
and I worked there for 2 weeks. Met some really cool people. Met like one insufferable person. Met some people who I didn't get along with great at the time, but would grow to become pretty good friends with.
There you go.
Thankfully, the insufferable person did not get hired, which he shouldn't have.
I think the most
That's
interesting
another-
person is the insufferable person. How was he insufferable?
Oh yeah.
I hesitate to say anything because, like, he's probably on the spectrum,
Oh.
and so, like, I don't want to be mean to him, but he was...
He wasn't the guy from my troop, right?
No, this was the year I CIT'd.
Okay.
So the worst thing that sticks out most prominently in my mind is he kept just cartons, like, like school lunch cartons of milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have them at breakfast sometimes, and he just kept some in our open air tent,
God.
completely unrefrigerated, under his bed.
Ugh. That's not good. That's no good.
Yeah, that's...
You said they're like open and they have like milk in them and stuff?
They were closed, but yeah, they had milk in them, and it's just cardboard, so.
You just left him like overnight in the tent?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
not
God.
normal.
Yeah.
He's not. He was not normal, and speaking as someone who is like very much not normal, I should know what I'm talking about.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just someone who
Well, yeah.
didn't get the hint.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think most people are like, thinking about that. They're like, "Why, you just kept milk cartons in the tent? That's not too bad." No. Tents like they absorb the smell like crazy. They
Yeah,
like amplify it times 10. So if there's anything that smells bad in your tent, oh man,
Oh, God.
for
it's not
sure.
good.
Yeah,
Like that was not the only thing. That was not like a isolated occurrence. He did of that
Multiple
caliber
times.
on the reg, and I lived with this person in a tent for a week.
That's no good.
Oh, no. Wait, you shared the tent with him?
I shared the tent.
Oh, no. Oh, great. That
Good
kind of
stuff.
reminds me of when we went camping this summer, Lucas.
Oh fuck yeah.
I I had brought this like hand sanitizer, right? And I thought I just like assumed like because I've always had like the what is it like the Purell shit or whatever that just like just smells good or whatever.
Oh God.
But like
I can see where this is
yeah,
going.
so this was like the real deal hand sanitizer, no
Like the fucking BFG of
Yeah.
sanitizers.
Yeah, I had this whole bottle of it. I didn't use that much of it, right? And this was like it was like dark out. It was like one night. It was like dark out. I was climbing into my tent, right? And like I didn't realize like I had the like cap off of it, and like I knocked it over and it spilled everywhere in my tent. So what I did is just like I was just like oh, and it smelled so bad. So what I had to do was just like I just like grabbed one of my friend's Elijah's shirts and just like wiped it up on the ground.
No.
I was just like because there was just no rags or anything I could wipe it up with, and
You literally had to burn that shirt.
yeah, he burned the shirt because it smelled so bad.
Wow.
Oh man,
Oh man,
but yeah,
that was a good camping trip. I don't think I used my scouting skills to the extreme there though. That was
why do you say that?
I don't know, because we mostly, we was pretty comfortable. We had our own little, we had our car right next to us with our
It
cooler.
wasn't scouting caliber camping, you'd say?
Yeah. It wasn't true-blooded scout camping,
Mm-mm.
which is probably a good thing, actually, because...
You didn't have to, is it the Frontier Mirror Badge? What is it? The Pioneering Mirror Badge? Yeah. You don't have to pioneer skill yourself up a house.
No, yeah. You put the tent together like you've done a million times, and you just hope that it works well. Isaac's tent, yours was kind of weird. Yours was like a teepee.
Yeah, I had one of the teepee tents where it was just like you just like
shit.
climb into it and then you stick a pole in the middle and that's it, which is kind of nice. So you don't have to worry about like sliding through tubes and like making sure it's all lined up. I mean, I did have to deal with that because like Elijah took like 30 minutes to set up his tent.
Well, he had a huge like 6-person tent.
Yeah, he had a huge tent.
Well, yeah. Have you done any camping experiences outside of Scouts, Webb? Since the Boy
I've
Scout
done not really since Boy Scouts, but like in and around Boy Scouts, I had like some non-scouting related camping trips.
Right.
But I've been meaning to just like go camping with some friends, and go camping with some friends and just do that. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty fun.
Definitely could pull it off. I mean, I'm an Eagle Scout. I should be able to.
There you go. I should tell you this. I'm reaching the point where I'm about to age out, and I did not become an Eagle Scout. Disappointing, but it kind of had to happen as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
became SPL as well. That's all I wanted.
Hey, mad respect. Arguably I shouldn't have gotten mine because I started planning and completed my Eagle Scout project in a month.
Ooh, that's good.
Which is arguably something you should not be able to do.
Well, no, I think there's definitely like rings out there of like where people just like illegitimately get Eagle Scout by just like going through a little program or something.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
That'd be fun.
I have no doubt.
Okay, so speaking as someone who does not know about the Eagle
yeah,
Scout
I'm sorry,
program,
Isaac has
how does that work?
Scouting experience.
Well, I have little. I have
what do you
very
mean?
little. I did it like until like 3rd grade. I did like Boy Scouts, but
Or did a Cub
That's-
Scout?
Or the Cub Scouts.
Cub Scouts.
Cub
You need-
Scouts.
Like, that's the funniest thing to me. Everybody always just talks about them like they're the same thing when they like could not be more different. It's hilarious.
Well, it's trying to act as like a transition between the two.
Yeah,
But it's a pretty big jump from Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts.
it's a pretty ginormous leap across a canyon. Like literally, my Cub Scouts experience was showing up, listening to some adults talk, getting a snack, and then going to play computer games in the library at my local at like the school I went to afterwards with my friends.
Still though, some sort
And
of
we went
experience.
on a yearly camping trip, and that was it. But then you just joined a Boy Scout troop, and like you go to troop meetings weekly, ideally, and like stuff happens every month, and you have to actually like try to advance it through the ranks. Because in Cub Scouts, like if you stay in the troop and you go to the next grade, you get the rank up. But that's not how it works in Boy Scouts. You actually have to like earn the shit you get.
You have to do stuff.
It's like martial arts.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the
It's
process
a vaguely militant organization, I suppose.
somewhat. It's something like that, yeah.
So yeah, how does the getting Eagle Scout rank work?
So basically, you have to go through every single rank in Boy Scouts. So you start off as a scout, and then you become a Webelow, right?
No, Weebelow's the highest in Cub Scouts. It goes
shit.
Scout, Tenderfoot,
That's
first class, second class.
No, it's second class, first class, and then
It's second class,
Star.
first class, Star,
Yeah, second class, Star Life, then Eagle.
and then Eagle. You have to get all of those, and all of those have their own requirements. You
Yeah,
have to get a certain number of Eagle required merit badges, and then a certain number of non-Eagle required merit badges. Which merit badges are just like a little list of things to do to show you learned how to do a certain trade.
yeah. You have to get signed off by a person who,
Yeah.
someone who's is a counselor
Right.
of that merit badge. So
Yeah. Just a loosely informed teacher.
basically,
Yeah.
yeah. That's basically how it goes.
And for the Eagle Scout rank specifically, you have to do an Eagle Scout project. And there's also a life project now. I didn't
There
have to do a life project. Yeah, you have to do a smaller project for life as like practice for your Eagle Scout project now. I've never done that.
makes sense. Huh, that's interesting.
But it's basically, it has to be a service project that is not connected to
Scouting.
the-
anyway.
scouting in any way. It has to be like you have to pay for it. You cannot charge. You can do fundraisers and charge to like wash people's cars, but you can't charge the people you're helping to
Interesting.
do it. And so basically, like what I did, I extended and repathed a trail at the school I went to for K through 8, where my Cub Scout troop was actually.
Interesting.
Which I didn't really think about until just now. That arguably someone could make the argument that is for a scouting thing, but
yeah.
aside from that, it was just the school I went to for K through 8, and it's the school my mom worked at and still does work at as a librarian.
Nice. Yeah. So, and I've worked on a few Eagle Scout projects since then as like a volunteer, because I'm a nice person.
Yeah, it all has to be done through volunteer work.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the whole point is to show leadership and planning and execution skills. It's a
Right.
whole leadership thing.
I see.
Yeah. It actually takes effort, which is scary.
Yeah, it's
like-
not a sit back and let your parents do it thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So the people who are Eagle Scouts, like Mr. Webb over here, actually, did work for it.
Mhm.
I'm a slacker, and I did not do the work for Eagle. But I did become SPL, which is like an elected position. That means I run the troop and do all the meeting stuff, which is fun.
That's cool.
Uh,
You're
I
still
never
doing
did
that?
have you done anything like that, Webb? Or did you do like patrol leader of a patrol?
I've been a patrol leader. I've been a patrol quartermaster.
Oh, that's fun.
And for the scouting trip to Parsons, actually, our patrol leader was going on the high adventure trek
Mhm.
that part of my troop was doing, and I had just finished sea base, so I didn't really want to just hop back on high adventure. And our scoutmaster, Mr. Sidner,
Mhm.
came over to me and was like, "Hey, Webb, I want you to be acting SPL while Chaz is gone." I did not expect it at all, but I did it, and that's like one of the big reasons I got to know Lucas so well.
Oh yeah, that was interesting. Should we talk about that week of camping as well? Because it was pretty.
That was quite a week camping.
Yeah. So
we can talk about
We
that.
got to learn how you built your bonds.
yeah, basically. So basically, Isaac, and anyone who doesn't understand Scouts and like Boy Scout trips. So basically, the only like truly planned out and organized scouting trip that every Boy Scout will do is Boy Scout summer camps, where you basically you sign up and for like as your troop, and your whole troop will go to a Boy Scout camp for about a week usually. And most troops nowadays will just go to the same ones over and over.
Yeah.
So I think we went to I don't know if you know this camp, Webb, but Camp Pigot, which is
fuck Pigot. Fuck Pigot.
It's so bad. We went there so many times.
Fuck Camp Pigot, dude. Fuck Camp Pigot. Hey, yo, if you go to Camp Pigot, if you work at Camp Pigot, I respect your effort, but just know Parsons is like objectively better in every way.
Parsons was beautiful as well. Like it's like remote. It's good. Oh man.
Oh, it's so nice. There are bald eagles in the trees when the scouts are away. Mwah.
But Camp Pigot was in like the middle of like hell, Washington.
It's a swamp. It's literally in the middle of a swamp. It's a bad camp. Don't go to it. And dude, literally, Parsons brings in all the money for the fucking county. I don't know if I should be saying this. I don't know. I don't know if I'm
Like,
getting
the town of like Quilcene, Washington, like Camp Parsons. is, like,
it's so pretty,
like
and like it makes all the money for the county from camps, and then they just give all the money to Pigot because Pigot has a fucking shotgun range.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like the only camp around here that has like the all the different gun ranges. So it's people like going there. People do like.
We have archery and riflery. Do you really need a shotgun?
They wanna test. They wanna try blasting.
Yeah, shotguns are fun.
Have you shot a shotgun?
Anyway, yeah.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Anyway, yeah, it's just. That's what they want to do at Camp Pigot. Anyway, sorry, got sidetracked here.
Talking about your week, right?
Yeah, sorry. So Webb's troop, like I think he said this, like every couple of years they would go and do like a big Pacific Northwest kind of tour.
Yeah, exactly, the Pacific North. No, the Pacific Northwest Trek. That's what.
There you go.
Okay.
And one part of that is spending a week at summer camp.
You still have your shirt from it?
I don't think I ever got a
shirt.
I don't
Did you
think.
not get a shirt?
No, I don't think I did.
What the fuck? That's fucked up. So you remember our tour guide, or not tour guide, troop guide, Francisco?
Yeah, I do remember him.
Yeah, well, like
I do remember
I'm
him.
still friends with him because I'm his coworker now, and he was the director of EcoCon. Was he that summer too?
Yeah, he was. I remember that.
Yeah. So he was still doing that for a while, but last summer, I think Franny was the shit.
It's gonna make no sense to anyone who's trying to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no one at all. Sorry about that. I can't remember what it's called. Steward. That's it. Steward. Basically, the dude who comes out and announces what we're having for meals, and he's also in charge of all the waiters because the scouts have to bust their own tables, but the staff have to clean the dishes.
Yeah.
And it is usually 2 to 3, 4 if you're lucky. Poor souls who get put in what's called the dish pit, and it's hell.
It is hell. It's like hell on earth. Like literally, like it's like hot and there's like steam going everywhere, and it's like the worst job you can get at that.
God, it's so bad. And like you do it for a week. You do it for a week straight. And actually, I mentioned I was listening to Percy Jackson still.
Mm-hmm.
Not this last summer, but the summer before it. So summer of 2019, I was still working at Parsons. It was the second summer I had worked as a staffer, and I did the full summer that year. One of my best summers, period.
That sounds like fun.
It's so fun. It's so much fun, dude.
I kind of want to do it, but
you should do it. You should do it.
I work a job though. Anyway,
the money's not that good. But anyway, yeah. I got dish pit 2 times that summer.
Yeah.
And basically what ended up happening was I was just like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna get my headphones, open up Audible. I own all the books, and I just started from Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief and worked my way through them. And by the end of the week, I was on the second book of the second series. Like I listened to all five of Percy Jackson, and then you get to like the Heroes of Olympus with the Roman camp,
Right.
and I was like midway through Son of Neptune, which was the second book.
That's right.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
that is right.
Did that keep you sane?
I think it did.
Speaking of Percy Jackson, we're getting a TV show of it on Disney Plus, and I am beyond excited for that.
You know, I've left the entirety of my Percy Jackson life to rest in my childhood. Like I don't even remember what the books are about.
I definitely say they're worth going back to. Rick Riordan has done more for the like including different marginalized groups than any author I've ever seen
Oh, that's
who
good.
isn't like a member of that group. Like, so he also has a Norse series focusing on the Norse gods, and the main character is actually Annabeth's cousin.
Mhm.
All the universes all the different book series are connected. So there's Egypt, and there's Percy Jackson, and then there's Norse. But in the Norse books, there's a child of Loki who is gender fluid, and in the Trials of Apollo, which is the most recent book, there are multiple like LGBT confirmed characters.
Fuck, that's good then.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to see that representation in books, though.
Yeah, especially books for like kids who probably
They're malleable.
yeah
Yeah.
kids who might like identify with that at a young age.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like a 13-year-old who's like pretty sure they're gay and like scared that people will like fucking bully him or something.
You know, it's good to
like,
have some confirmation like that.
yeah, he's like Nico and Will in the Trials of Apollo, and just like yeah, it's cringe Tumblr whatever, but that got a lot of kids through a lot of bullying.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and it's like, you know, I think we were talking about this a little while ago, where it was like, those books are like kind of those like kind of higher level, like we as elementary schoolers we try to like shoot for like those.
Right, we were talking about books.
Those books.
I'm so sorry.
Right.
We don't have to stick on the topic.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. But like I was saying, you know, I guess there's a lot more focus, I'd say, like in elementary school, like because like the teachers and stuff would like want you reading like books and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know,
the highest level you can.
Yeah.
Like get kids reading like as much as they can, or if you're like me and you can't read because you're ADHD and dyslexic, just get them audiobooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like stimulate their minds somehow.
But yeah, when you have like, I guess like Percy Jackson would kind of like, and you know all those books, right, would kind of like hit around that range. So yeah, that's good. That's basically all I was saying. But yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. We got.
So you're talking about the week at the campsite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, camp.
So basically, the whole deal was that me and one other person from my troop had to go a week before my troop.
Yeah.
And because we were busy that next week, but we still wanted to go. But we had the opportunity to go because your troop, Webb, had a few free spots or something like that.
Yeah.
So we just kind of merged together for that week. And that was me and one other person were living amongst, you know, your troop.
Alabama boys. And let's be clear, not all of the people in my troop are as nondescript as me. Like I feel like I have a pretty
thick accent.
Yeah, I feel like I have a pretty generic sounding voice. I've had people at camp when I ask them to guess where I'm from, I've had them just say Washington. But that is definitely not the norm in my troop. Like we're from Birmingham, which is a city, so none of us are like country kids. But there are definitely some more typical what you would expect. But I also a lot of them are a thing called brookies, which is
I've never
a
heard
kind of Alabama, Birmingham local term for
Are those the rich kids from Birmingham?
really annoying kids from Mountain Brook.
Okay.
Really annoying rich kids from Mountain Brook, and Mountain Brook being like a more well-off neighborhood.
Okay, yeah. I do remember that, actually.
Just like the fucking creme de la shit of human beings.
I think the equivalent here, Isaac, would be like the kids from Mercer Island. Or like the kids from fucking, I don't know.
I do not know that comparison
You don't know the comparison?
to Mercer Island, though.
Mercer Island's like the rich place, you know? It's like we're all like, if you're not Jeff Bezos, you don't live there. Because Jeff Bezos lives over in like Kirkland. But, like the almost Jeff Bezoses of Seattle. They
I
live
see,
in
yeah.
Mercer Island.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of the similar archetype there.
Yeah, okay.
I have
Sorry,
a question.
continue.
I have a question, but
Yes, Webb. Pick your
I'm
hand.
I'm not sure if I can ask it without coming off as vaguely anti-Semitic.
No, we can edit anything out. It's all good.
All right. Is Mercer Island the one with a lot of Jewish people on it?
I don't think so.
Is there a high Jewish population?
God, should I look it up?
Because
Fact check.
like I
don't
know.
go to a bad corner of the internet, but we'll see.
Hopefully not. Because like I was talking to some of my counselors at camp, and they were talking about Mercer Island, because I remember hearing that name. I think that was how it was described.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, our head
Wow.
chef at camp actually works at a 4-star, 4 or 5-star. No, it's a 5-star. Works in a 5-star restaurant, in the kitchen
Oh, nice.
on Mercer Island.
Oh, yeah.
So
That
I'm
was-
looking at it now. Yeah, it's like an estimated 25% of the city households on Mercer Island are Jewish. They have 2 synagogues and a Jewish community center there. Cool.
We have a Jewish community center here in Birmingham.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot for our area, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the rest of Seattle looks like.
Mountain Brook is close to 99% white.
Jesus.
Like, it's not there, but it's so close. Hold up. Actually, I want to look. Hold on. You guys
think
keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Okay.
I think in Seattle we're like 50% white, and we're like the rest is
Yeah, like
pretty much
50 or...
equally split.
I'd say like 60%, and then
Maybe like
60,
50 or
40.
60, and the rest is like equally split amongst Black, Asian, and Hispanic.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I guess while Webb is doing his thing, what was... tell me more about the week at camp, because it's kind of derailed the past few times you've tried talking about
I've tried
it.
so many times to talk about this.
Okay, so just
But,
focus on your mission.
Sorry, yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot. I thought we had a good time. We went to a special camp called Camp Parsons, which we only went to twice. And so basically, our main camp.
It's the best camp in Washington, hands down.
Oh yeah, definitely, by far. The main camp we would go to is this camp called Camp Piggott, which we were talking about earlier, which is actually not too far away. I think it's in it's like, where if you kind of just like it's like north of like Woods Creek, and like Monroe.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So like Isaac, it's like it's like in between Monroe and like Gold Bar, which we drove through.
Yeah.
Remember? So it's like in between there and like a little bit north.
Interesting. So
Yeah, so it's not too far away. But yeah, that was the camp we go to all the time. But Camp Parsons was a small camp on the DeBob Bay.
The Hood
Washington.
Canal.
On the Hood Canal, yeah. And so you have to get a ferry
And
to
the
go to
Puget Sound. I don't know which one is bigger, which one is smaller. I'm pretty sure it's Puget Sound is big and Hood Canal is small.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Definitely right. Puget Sound's the big one. Sorry. Understand Alabama kid doesn't understand Washington geography perfectly.
I did have to do a test on the mountains to get my marmot, which is a secret society for Parsons staffers.
Did you get the mountains right?
Yeah, I mean I have my marmot, so
Well, there you go.
There you go.
You get the big ones. You got Mount St. Helens, the ones that exploded. And you got Mount Rainier, the very big one. And then you got Mount Baker up north as well.
That's my last name.
Yo.
Hey.
We also had to know Dungeness. And
Oh yeah, Dungeness, Washington.
just basically, if we have a campsite named after it, you had to know it.
I didn't know there was a campsite in Dungeness.
And that's the campsite we stayed at.
Was it? Oh
Yes,
yeah, you're
we
right.
stayed at Dungeness.
Yes, right.
Dude.
Sorry, I don't remember the exact campsite names in our big camp. Sorry.
Okay, so yes,
Well, I guess I do work
Sorry.
there, so.
Okay, fuck. We've been derailed once more.
we've
Camp
been
Parsons.
derailed once more.
This is going to be a common occurrence. So
I
Camp
am a
Parsons.
walking train accident.
We
Our
can
minds
do it. We can do
kinda-
this. You can get through the
Okay.
story.
Camp Parsons. It's a very nice camp. Love it a lot.
Okay,
Um,
I'm listening.
and it's just it's just very beautiful. It's very out there. It's very rural because you have to go to Kingston on the
Mhm.
ferry and then go up through like Port Gamble
I see.
and take that bridge to get all the way to like Western Washington.
Hmm.
And you have to drive rural.
The closest like town is Polsbo, which
Yeah.
Polsbo is a cool town. I'm not
Polsbo-
going to
yeah,
derail
Polsbo's
us.
like the
I'm not going
closest,
to
like-
derail us. I'm not going to derail us. I'll talk about Polsbo later. I'll talk about Polsbo later.
Like Polsbo is like the closest like kind of like city,
Okay.
which is on. Yeah, but we probably know Kingston better
Yeah.
because we take the ferry there constantly.
Hmm.
Fuck, we should go there. There's this really nice trail. I'm sorry, Isaac. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's just a joke.
I'm not sure. I guess.
Okay, so you're at the campsite.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
It's very, very nice. Very lovely camp. A few notable things that happened. There was like an algae bloom or something, and it made all the water there like Gatorade blue.
Oh,
So like it was
Yeah.
like bright blue, but it wasn't clear. So it was fun to swim in, but it was
Also, the water's cold as shit.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's Pacific Ocean water.
yes.
It's good.
But after like the first two swims, you go numb to it.
Yeah,
What
What's
am I talking about? You guys live there.
yeah. I mean, I don't go swimming in Puget Sound too often. That is cold.
Yeah. Well, it's like, okay, here's what you have to do, right? You like
Mhm.
walk into it slowly, right? And then when
Nah,
it
bitch, we jumped in. We had to jump in.
Yeah,
There
you
were
were forced.
fucking swim tests. Here's a Boy Scout standard swim test. You stand on the dock.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You jump in, fully submerge your head,
Mhm.
come out, yell at the top of your lungs because the water is so cold. Literally, we tell you when you come up, yell, "I love Camp Parsons," and the reason we have people do that is so we can know they can breathe.
I didn't know
Because
that.
the water's so cold, it can just shock all the air out of you.
Yeah.
And then you have to swim out. I think it's like 50 feet or something.
Yeah.
And like
Usually follow a little boat or something.
just like an overhand stroke, just like normal swimming.
Hmm.
And then, or maybe you can just
you go
maybe
back
you can do
with fresh
freestyle.
water.
You might be able to do freestyle.
Yeah.
But you go out like 50 feet normal on your chest, just any breaststroke. And then you have to go back doing a backstroke, the elementary backstroke.
Yeah.
And then you have to tread water. And if you can do that, you can do water sports.
You can
I
swim.
derailed us. Fuck.
Good job.
Good job. You can swim. But yeah, no, it was fun, and it was one of those camps that like, the DeBob Bay is in the Hood Canal. It's pretty deep, and so we had like one long dock that went all the way out to like the middle of the water,
Mhm.
and we also had like a smaller bay that we used for swimming.
Mm-hmm. There are 3 beaches. They're called Boating Beach, which is with the pier.
Yeah, the big
Swim
one,
Beach, which is in a little
tiny little enclave. It's perfect.
a little like cove, a little like rock outcroppings on either side.
Yeah, I can actually
And
send you a
just like a
couple
little
maps.
pebble beach. It's so nice. And then we have a Mystery Beach, which is the only spot on camp where you're allowed to throw rocks.
Yes.
Oh.
Super cool.
Wow.
It's a really big deal because kids really like throwing rocks. It would seem.
Yeah, when you have a bunch of young boys that are sent away from their home for a week, They like to do stupid shit.
Yeah.
And their favorite thing to do is to throw rocks.
From my experience,
Speaking
a lot of
of,
kids don't like they don't like skipping the rocks. They just like picking up like the largest rocks they could find and just throwing
yes,
them in the water.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's definitely true.
But speaking of kids doing stupid shit, Lucas, why don't you tell us about the other kid from your troop that
Oh, God, okay.
that accompanied you?
Uh-oh.
So
I can segue things.
yeah, you can.
Good job.
So he is definitely not consented to be used this, so you're gonna have to bleep his name. But that was the one and only Isaac,
Okay.
and you know him.
Yes, I do. I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, no, it was kind of a disaster. Don't forget to censor that, Jesus.
Just call him A for the rest of the story or something. I don't
So
know.
Mr. A,
Yeah.
He'll
You
know.
know-
He'll know
he'll probably know.
if he listens.
I don't think
He's
he
not
listens,
gonna listen. It's fine.
but someone might tell him. You know.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Lucas trash talked you. Anyway, yeah. So sorry. So yeah, he was just kind of I don't really know what his problem was specifically with the Alabama kids. You know.
No, like for that, I don't blame him at all. They probably
Yeah,
shit on him. They almost certainly shit on him. Because
Uh-huh.
rookies are not known for being the most kind people.
They didn't shit on me though.
No, they didn't shit on you because you have like one of those vibes where they may not, y'all may not like you guys probably didn't like fuck with the same shit, but you aren't gonna get up in each other's grill.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
We weren't vibing, but we were complacent. We were all good. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were chill.
There was equilibrium and balance.
Yeah.
Two
was
vibes
not
in
that.
harmony.
It was definitely not that with Mr. A.
Okay.
Oh no, definitely
It's the
not.
opposite of that. Yeah, no, it just generally didn't go perfectly. And I think after some point he kind of like walked away. And that was like kind of scary at first because it was like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
did someone
he
just run
didn't
away?
show up to one of the to one of our meals, and like the whole thing is, you have to have everyone in your troop accompany you to the meals, and the SBL, which I was the acting SBL,
Yeah.
has to like they do a roll call, they call in your troop, and you have to walk up and say troop, in my case 28, either all present and accounted for, all accounted for. Or
So you had to go up and say
Not all
not accounted
scouts.
for.
are accounted for. And I had to say that shit because wasn't he just on the beach or something?
I don't remember where he went. Or like who found him.
You went on a long adventure we will
Went on a
never
long
hear about.
adventure, and then he camped with someone else. That was okay.
But yeah, what drove him to that point though? Like
I think it was
specifically?
a mixture of like.
I mean, it was probably just rookies shitting on him. Let's be clear, he most likely was not fully in the wrong. He just didn't handle it well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't blame him. Like one of my best friends, Thomas Sims, and Thomas has not consented to being on. I don't think he would mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had to leave the troop because of bullying too.
That's not good.
It was really shitty. I didn't because like at that point I wasn't active enough in it to like really care.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
like maybe if I had been like part of a better troop I would have been more active. But also my troop wasn't the most boy-led troop.
And that's
So like who knows?
yeah, but that was like the majority of it. And then like at some point he went away and camped with someone else. So it was just me with a bunch of boys from Alabama, which was kind of fun. I remember
with the Bama boys.
Yeah.
I've been the I believe third kid from my troop to Staff Parsons.
Ooh, who were the other two? Because I remember like their faces, but I don't think I remember.
No, no one else from like
Okay.
my trip. It's been like a generational thing.
Oh, you know what? That's the other thing. It's like your troop is fucking ginormous.
Oh yeah, it's a lot smaller now, but back in the day, like when I was a young scout.
Yeah.
Oh god.
How many were there?
I think registered we had like 300 to 500.
Jesus. It's an army.
I know
I
it's a
have
big
like-
range, but like also when you're in that big numbers, does it really matter?
Yeah.
I mean,
But we once went to summer camp. I believe it was Camp Comer, which is I had an okay time at Camp Sequoia, which like those are the two big camps in Birmingham.
Hmm.
I had an okay time in Sequoia, but I've had better times at Comer.
Yeah.
Though Sequoia does have a little blacksmithing area, which was cool as hell.
Well, hey,
And my
technically,
pottery
yeah,
merit
that's-
badge teacher at Sequoia was also cool as hell. He's a really cool dude.
Yeah.
He gave me the Harry Potter award
Yo.
because I did so good in his pottery merit badge.
What's a Harry Potter?
Oh,
Like,
I don't think it was an actual thing. I think they just had some recycle paper from the pulp and paper merit badge. And he just wrote on it with a Sharpie a little doodle of Harry Potter and wrote the Harry Potter Award because he was cool. Like, we got along really well. I really enjoyed his class, and he seemed to enjoy talking to me.
Nice.
Just to actually like,
He was just a cool older staffer.
it's just like
That's
actually the secretly the most like prestigious, like highest award you could get. Just didn't even know it.
It might fucking be.
No, that's good. That's good. And I think the only other notable things that happened at that camp is that I gave you like a half concussion, Webb, with that flagpole. And
Ooh.
Oh shit!
remember that?
I forgot about that.
I was
I
holding
wonder why.
I was holding a very large flagpole,
Uh-huh.
and I dropped it on Webb's head on accident.
Oh.
And
Yeah, you sure
not happy
did.
with me for like a day.
Dropped it on his head?
Yeah, well,
Well,
it was like
we were carrying it, weren't
yeah,
we?
but I was like standing it upwards, and like it was falling in one direction, and I was like, ah, look, it's falling, and I didn't realize you were standing beneath it.
That's so good.
A kadunk?
Yeah, it was pretty much like that. You were definitely mad at me for a solid like 2 hours there. But then
Yeah, I'm not one to hold a grudge. I
haven't either. You know, it was all good.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I remember was was it someone went like crab fishing at like near like the end of it, and they went out and went crabbing,
Mhm.
and we ate fresh crab.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We did
good.
eat. We did eat fresh. That was really good crab.
Yeah.
That was really fucking good crab.
Oh man.
crab.
Speaking of good food, so another fantastic segue.
Look at that segue.
At camp, so we have I don't know if you remember this, but at Parsons on like Wednesdays,
Mhm.
you'll do like in camp cooking and friendship fires.
Right, I do remember that. They would
So
give us a big box of ingredients, and they'd make us like cook in our campsites.
let's be clear, it was hot dogs.
Yeah, it was always like hot dogs and like sandwiches and shit like that.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, here's some hot dogs. Build a fire in your campsite, roast them. And like so. The real reason they do that is for the directors, the area directors, and also dish pit.
Give them a day off.
Get to go into the dining hall and eat staff lunch,
Mhm.
and then at night during friendship fires, all of staff get to go in and eat staff dinner, and hoo boy, staff dinner is delicious.
So I
Am I
always
remembering that right?
I think you remember that right, but I always, I was never staff, so, or I never did any CIT stuff. So, are the legends true that the staff food was better than the camp food?
Oh, dude, it's no competition, my guy. It's so fucking good, dude. Like, bro. So there's this one time. It was the first summer I was staffing. We had an old chef who, I will not delve into the reasons. He is no longer our head chef. So I know his names.
He
but
killed
it was
him.
not- No, it's nothing like that. It was just some like less than good stuff.
He sexually harassed a man.
Not that far. Not that far either.
Sorry, continue. Continue,
Yeah, it's no big scandal. But he's no longer the head chef at camp, and but the so 3 summers ago now, my first summer staffing, during staff week, which staff week, it's just a full week of staff dinner, pretty much. I think, yeah, of staff dinner and lunch, breakfast. Though it has been a long time since I've had staff week, I miss it dearly. Anyway, sorry. We had these fucking sandwiches. These fucking like chicken club sandwiches with a like it started with an A. It was like sandwich sauce.
Really selling it here.
I can't remember the name right now.
Sandwich sauce hits.
It's like the sauce you put on a club. The club
I don't even know what
sandwich.
you put on a club sandwich, man. Hold on.
Let's see.
Is a club
It
just
was
like a
so
Cuban?
good. I think they're similar, but have different meats.
I think you're right, yeah. Interesting.
But
Yeah, you really
it
sound...
sounded sort of
Sandwiches?
like agave. Wait, that was like the best sandwich I've ever fucking had. It was so good, dude.
Do you think what made it tasty was the fact that, you know, it was like your weekly spoil?
Well, no, that was during staff week, and staff week is just a week straight of just really fucking good food.
There you go.
Get
Sounds
rewarded
good. I mean, I kind of wish I did CIT stuff now.
for the
But
food.
I did not.
Just for the food.
Well,
Oh,
for the
CIT.
food.
Oh, you CITs don't get the food. What are you crazy?
No, I mean going in like trying the staff actually.
Oh, staffing, yeah. CITs. So we're not supposed to make this joke anymore, but one of my favorite like staff jokes is that CITs are 3/5 of a staffer.
Oh god.
No, it's a compromise, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's compromise. It's compromise.
Holy shit.
Jesus. No, that's funny.
It's good.
I really enjoyed that joke.
Oh, you know what the last thing that was weird about Camp Parsons?
What?
They had the campsite that was an actual like building, and I stayed in it. The
Oh,
last time I
you
went.
did?
Yeah.
It's what is it? Not Is it Ranger?
Yeah, it was the Ranger. Yeah, the Ranger campsite.
Yeah, Ranger cabin. I've never been in it.
It's kind of nice.
I've staffed 2 summers and I've never been in it.
Okay. So basically, it doesn't have doors.
I don't think I've ever been to the campsite. I've like been down at that part of camp to like do some maintenance during staff week. But I never went in it or really saw like I didn't know that the building itself was the full campsite.
Yeah. So
This is the one area of Parsons where you probably know more than me.
yeah. So basically, the campsite's super nice because you're kind of in the far away part of the property, which isn't as good. So you're far away from everything else, but it does mean it's a little more rural, and you have a whole like washroom and shower room and everything right there. And the actual house has like 2 stories to it, and there's no doors in the house, but there's still like a shack, like a real good shelter.
So it's better than being like in the ground on the ground.
Yeah, so all the rest of the campsites will usually have a little tiny shack, like what are they called? Like not a bungalow, but like
An Adirondack.
that's
Most
right.
campsites will have 1 to 4 Adirondacks, I'd say.
Is that just like a small shelter, like where you can just?
It's a plywood and 2x4 building. And it has like bunk beds. It's usually separated in like 2 to 3 rooms.
Oh.
Usually just 2. It's separated into 2 rooms, and each room will have maybe 6 bunk beds in it.
Oh, is that like
Yeah.
is that like Or Kyla, Lucas?
Kinda. Yeah, it's pretty similar. The Orkila ones actually had doors though.
Oh, ours didn't.
Yeah, Adirondacks
Oh,
don't have doors.
Yeah, ours didn't have doors.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, was
I
was
got
there
the,
anything else notable?
Not really. I mean,
Not
it was
really.
a great camp and very pretty.
It's a fantastic camp.
Food was
I got the population statistics of Mountain Brook up. It is
closer to our
96
podcast.
point. It is 96.3% white.
Jesus Christ. That's
1.4% Asian and 1.1% black.
that's really that's nuts.
That's
just
frightening.
foreign
That
to
is
me.
frighteningly high.
That's like
God.
that's like you see someone who is not white like once a month.
Yeah.
That seems like such a weird way of like living, because like we're so used to just like, pretty much 50-50 of our population.
There are like 1 to 5 black kids at Mountain Brook High School, tops.
Interesting.
Huh. At our
Other
at our high
priests.
school, yeah, I think it's like, I feel like it's like 30% almost, right?
Oh no, it's much closer to like 50-50.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, I think the thing is, Lucas, though, is it's like,
Mhm.
since we're white, right?
Yeah, we're gonna.
It's like, it
Wow.
doesn't,
Really?
you like don't point it out as
Yeah.
much, like you don't mentally say like, oh, there's a white guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So it's like, it feels like there's less white people when there's actually like more. So I think you got to just like compensate for that, because it's like, I don't know.
I
It's
think you-
it's just like if you like switch, kind of do a little role reversal there. It's like you'd probably be like, oh, like say you just like flew to like, I don't know, like an Asian country like Japan or something,
probably
right?
would.
Where it's just like you'd notice it a lot more.
You're gonna be like taken aback by the number of Asian people when, while you're in like New York City, it would be that, but with white people.
Exactly.
I feel like we have to add a disclaimer here that we are not racial experts or.
Oh no, not in the. I am talking entirely out of my ass.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
all anecdotal. Here's another anecdotal thing that's interesting. But actually,
Okay.
this is factual. The Wikipedia page says the 2010 census said that Seattle was about 70% white, and the next highest was Asian at about 13-14%.
Uh-huh.
And then it went black, Hispanic, and then other race after that.
That makes sense, I think.
Yeah,
I think
that seems pretty
Mountain
average.
Brook actually has a 0.01 or 0.03% Native American.
That's like one person.
Just one guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Just doing his thing.
Hanging out.
That's really funny to me, and I don't know why.
Oh, man.
It's funny if you actually up in like Vancouver, beautiful British Columbia, the Asian population is way, way, way higher. And I was talking to a few people from there about it, and what they said the majority reason is that obviously there's a huge amount of Asian people who immigrate to the United States for college and work after that.
Yep.
Because American universities are super prestigious, right? But Canada is also like a second very big choice because the immigration process is simpler in Canada.
Isn't Canada just like the Aldi to America's Trader Joe's?
Pretty much, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, isn't there a Trader Joe's in Canada?
No, yeah.
They
They're
expanded?
Trader I mean, there are Trader Joe's and Aldi's here. It's just they're made by you may or
Pirate
may
Joe.
not know this, but
Yeah,
the
that's
creators, yeah, they're brothers.
Yeah, that's right.
Huh.
Interesting. No, yeah,
So,
sorry.
like,
Where were you going with that, Lucas?
Sorry, yeah, I was just saying that, Canada is obviously a smaller country,
Mhm.
and there's less habitable place there than America. And so it's and it's much easier to immigrate there than it is here in America. So, and the colleges are almost as good.
they don't have college. They have a cégep. At least French Canada does. They
yeah,
have a cégeps,
yeah,
which I only know
shizits.
that because of a different podcast I listen to. A very good podcast.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Don't
I'm not
advertise.
on it. I'm not on it, so I'm not. I'm not plugging myself.
We need more people to listen to this podcast. So if you plug any other podcasts, we're gonna have to kill you.
Yeah.
Shit. It's a good day to die.
I agree with that.
That's how it is.
Damn, are we at time for our podcast?
Let me check real quick.
We've been at time for a minute here.
Yeah.
We're
Hour.
fast.
Yeah, we're at hour 5 right now. At least
Shit.
recording.
Shit.
So yeah,
Wow.
no, I guess we'll wrap things up here. Yeah, just thank you, Webb, for
Thanks.
joining us here. And, talked a lot about scouts and stuff,
Mostly
right?
scouts.
Yeah, mostly
So
scouts.
sorry we did not stay on a single focused topic at all.
It's okay.
But,
You're,
I am a walking I'm a walking train accident in terms of conversation.
this is this will not be our first episode that did not have one focus, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I guess a question to end on. I just want to make you really think here,
All right.
just randomly.
Are we answering it or are we leaving the audience with it as well?
No. I'm asking this to you.
Okay.
What do you treasure most on this earth? Just end. Final question here.
Probably without a doubt my friends.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Literally, I could have not a single material possession, but as long as I have good company and can scrounge up some good food,
Mhm.
I think I'd be happy.
All right. No, that sounds good. I feel like I
Doesn't
can
get
relate to
simpler
that.
than that.
What?
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Doesn't get simpler than that. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm. No, and just friends, make you feel good, and you, when you're hanging out around your buds and stuff, it's just it gives you a sense of you're at home. Even when you're not at your house, it's just you feel good.
There are few things I love more on this earth than just having a good vibe sesh with some homies.
Yeah. I'd say this is a good example of that.
Mm-hmm.
We had a
Absolutely.
wonderful conversation.
I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too, and I hope it made for a good podcast episode.
Yeah. Oh, surely.
Appreciate it, bro.
I had a blast, and I'd love to talk with you guys again soon, on or off the show.
Yeah, certainly. Anyway, so yeah, do you have any final party words before I stop recording here?
Not to get too political, but eat the rich, maybe.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Beautiful.
See you next time, guys.
Thanks.
See ya.
Thank you so much.
McDonald's is a place to rock. It is a restaurant where they buy food to eat. It is a good place to listen to the music. People flock here to get down to the rock music. Rock and roll McDonald's.